Academically, there's more independent work here, and compared to the university I was from, the subjects and the exams are based on practical implementation of everything.
Okay.
So they don't expect you to just learn the formulas. They expect you to use that formula somewhere so that you can make actually real life use of that.
To having exams every 2 months, because here they work with periods instead of semesters that I was used to. So by the end of each period, boom, the next one. This was the most intensive, I think.
Okay.
It's more of related to research and project activities. So I have to shift, instead of more academic in the study manner, I have to do in the focus on projects and communicating with groups and other teams. So that's the way I have to change and to adapt the lifestyle of Delft.
I like to study alone, but I had to learn to study in a group so I could share ideas with each other and learn more from my colleagues as well.
Okay, basically in Italy we have like six months and then you have the exam, and here it's like 3 months, so it was quite shocking because at the beginning you feel like you have exam every time, but then you get used to it and it's quite good. And then also like the amount of work you have to do is like constantly working every day a little, and then you're gonna be good, but you cannot think like doing everything at the end. And in Italy we really like to do everything at the end, so I had to get used to this.
Much more forward than like people from Uruguay, so you have to get used that people that might say something that is offensive in your country, they don't mean it offensive, but they just mean it as it is, and you should take it as a positive, constructive feedback.
I'm a bit silent for the first time for new people. I know that I shouldn't be quiet, so what I wish to develop is being social and interacting with different people. But I'm good in communication once we start communicating, but at the very beginning I'm a little bit quiet, so I have to remove that behavior. Yeah.
Not much. Just be myself. Be out when everybody's out, not when I want to be out. So yeah, it's really easy because everybody's international and everybody had a good spirit, so it's not really difficult to manage.
To make friends, I needed to speak the language or at least learn a few phrases, so I decided to join a student organization with activities that I have common interests with the students. For example, I joined the Salsa Student Association called Salsa. I was able to make friends, touch friends, and also friends I could go and hang out and have a good time dancing with.
And while socializing, in India we have a concept of if you don't have anything to do, you can just go and hang out with someone. And you don't have to ask permission from that person that can I hang out with you. But that is one really big change that I found here, that you actually have to take permission from someone. That if you want to hang out with them, you literally go and ask them that, oh dude, I'm free, are you free, can I hang out with you, and then you hang out.
You have to adapt about time, because you have to be on time when you are in the Netherlands and you cannot arrive late.
One of the things I really enjoy is the fact that you have a lot of independence to do your own stuff, and you're given a lot of tasks that you are responsible for yourself.
The biggest difference was to have lunch and have bread at 12 o'clock. This was the biggest thing.
The amount of fried stuff I eat is really increased, and yeah, I'm super addicted to some fried stuff that is with cheese, but yeah, this is really changing my life, I guess.
Okay. According to my daily timetable, they have dinner at 6 here, which is like absolutely new to me, because I've never had dinner at 6 o'clock ever. It's always after 9. So that was super new to me.
The change is that at lunch I was used to having a warm meal, and at dinner as well a warm meal, but now you only actually have 1 hour of time for lunch, so you actually tend to do the Dutch lunch and do just a sandwich. You only have 1 warm meal a day, so for dinner.
Daily routine, I found it quite strange that grocery stores closes late. I prefer to shop at my convenient time, which is in the evening. So I found that I had to do my grocery in the weekend so that I could stay longer at the library.
I do believe that we are a flexible and innovative species, and we have the capacity to adapt.
in terms of respect, you ought to greet everyone regardless of their age. And I found that each time I greeted people I've never met, they find it quite strange.
Difficult to know how many kisses to expect. So when you want to kiss somebody, you don't know if it's going to be 1, 2, 3, a hug, I don't know. It's so difficult to decide, and it's always awkward. So.
When you ask for a coffee and they give you like an espresso and it's long like this and you're like very shocked because this is not what you asked, but then it's different perception, I guess.
There's a German friend of mine, and for some reason in a class we were supposed to raise our hands. So whenever the teacher or professor asks you to be quiet, we were supposed to raise our hands, and once I did it like this. Oh shit, he was mad.
Where I come from, respect is very important. So often you have to address an older person with Mr. or Mrs. and not with their first name. And it took me a while to have to call my professors by their first name.
You should take everything with a bit of humor, with a sense of lightness, and then everything should be fine.
Cultural difference that I have met, some of the body languages, for example, the way Indians respond like this, which means yes for them, but it's no for me. So sometimes when say like this, I say, oh, I feel awkward for myself. So even the Greek people, like this and like this, have different meanings. So one of these like this is either yes or no, and this one is the another one. So they are different from the way that I use. So I feel terrible when I misunderstand them. They are most fun is for me.